Everyone, this is demonstration game 2 with Lilith, who beat me in the first game. So this game I've changed up the decks, and I've made 2 decks from the core set. So Lilith is playing Agency and Cthulhu, and I am playing Hastur and Syndicate. I stick with the core sets for now because I'm a new player to the game and still exploring the cards, but I've changed up the decks enough from the last game so that we can see whether Lilith will operate effectively with a different deck style. So I've already set her up. She has 2 events over here. Short fuse, she'll use it again to get rid of someone worth 3. And touched by the sleeper, she'll use it whenever she can win a struggle for terror that she otherwise could not win. So let's start Lilith's first turn. She draws 1. I'll just arrange the characters in order of potential here. Always on turn 1 she displays an extra resource to any domain, and now she's going to play out the highest potential character for the cost, which is the Keeper of the Golden Path. So that's it for Lilith. Okay. Go to my side. I draw 2. Okay, I'm just rearranging my cards as well. Really just for my own benefit. Clover Cub Bouncer. Choose a character, reduces skill. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to try and play cost 2 character and a cost 1 character here. So I'm going to increase the Hastur domain. Let's go to the resource phase. Now we go to the operations phase. So play out the overzealous initiate is neutral, and we will play out the bouncer. I'm going a bit slower than the last game because I'm not very familiar with these decks, relatively speaking, so it's a good test to see if I can manage, Lilith's rules on the fly, see how easy it is. So story-wise, well, I get crushed on terror, so we're not going anywhere. Back we go to Lilith. So she refreshes. She draws 2. Deep One Assault. Come over here. This card's potential is in between. Okay, so resource phase. She's got a 2/1/1. Yeah, if she plays 2/2/1, she can play 2 cards. So she'll try to play out the maximum number of cards in the first instance, and then when that number is determined, she'll play out the highest potential. So here she's going to definitely do this. She's going to play out Peeler, and she's going to play out Undercover Security. Well, no, she's not. Sorry. Keeper of the Golden Path has Villanous, and Undercover Security has Willpower, so they can't come out together. So if she already had one of them in play, the one with the if someone with a higher potential came in, she would discard the low one. But in this instance, we have Keeper of the Golden Path out, who's already of higher potential than Undercover Security. That means Undercover Security cannot come out. Now, the situation has now changed because what she'll then do is she can only play one character, so she's gonna play. Oh no, yeah. Let's see. She would play Kirby O'Donnell then. He's also heroic, so he has a lower potential. He's also not coming out. So, okay, my apologies. The situation is now there are 2 cards that can come out. The other 2 cannot come. And she's going to play this one, bring out the peeler, and then she's closer to playing out Mature Deep 1 next turn. So, my apologies for that. It's not a problem with Lilith. It's the fact I didn't read all the cards and see which ones were Heroic, Villainous, etc. So in the case of Heroic and Villainous, she'll only replace a card in play with a higher potential one. So once you put out a high potential of one of them, the others are not going to come in. Alright, so story phase. We don't have anything, so okay, she's going to go to story 1. In the absence of other criteria to win terror, and she's going to win combat story 2. And from my side, yeah, I don't have anything to do here, so she wins 2 tokens at story 1 and 2 tokens at story 2. Okay. Now she will pass the turn back to the criminal side. Draw 2. By the way, in these videos, don't take undue account of how I'm playing, whether I'm playing right or wrong. The purpose is that you understand how Lilith works, so that you can play against her yourself. So the focus of these videos is on Lilith and making sure that you understand exactly what she's doing and why. So my poor play should not be factored into this, okay? So what am I going to do? I think I want to put out Jack Brass Brady. So to do that, I need another criminal token over here. Yeah, and luckily I got one, so we'll put it there. We'll go to operations and we'll put Jackie in there. So before a triggered ability resolves, I can return to hand. That's great. So if he gets targeted with something, we'll push him back to hand. Okay. Story phase. Our opponent's completely exhausted here, so we could go in. He's winning terror, but we're okay on combat here, and we got investigation. So if I held Jack back, then that would stop Peeler coming in next turn, or I could just throw everybody in and get some points. So I think I'm going to definitely going to throw the overzealous one in, because she will anyway stand up due to the arcade phase. Yeah, let's put her at 3. Probably gonna keep back Jack Brady for now, and let's put the bouncer at 2. So Lilith can't use these actions right now. No tricks in hand. She has nothing to do. So story 3, 2 points, and up we get. Story 2, 2 points, and we stay down. Okay, pass to Lilith. So Lilith refreshes the domain. Draw. There's a big old fellow G-Man and a shadowed reef. Okay. So now, again, these two characters can't come out. But G-Man, who's heroic, can displace Keeper of the Golden Path because it's of more potential. So she's going to try and play out these ones, and of course that means Maturity 1 needs a resource. So operations, Maturity 1 comes out, and the Shadowed Reef comes out as well. So Materia Deep 1 now gets a terror icon. Okay, have to remember that, no way to mark it. So, story phase, and it's so much easier doing Lilith stories than mine, so priorities are stories 1 and 2. It's tied, so she'll start with story 1. Can she win terror? Yeah, without much difficulty she can. Then we go to story 2. Can she win terror? Yes, because the Materia Deep 1 now has a terror icon. So she's going to go there. Story 3, can she win terror? No. Can she win combat? No. So she goes back now to story 1. Can she win combat? Still no. Can she win investigation? No. Can she win the struggle? So I got 5 points over here. She's got 3, 1, no. 3, 1. So she can't win the struggle anywhere. She's not going to put Peeler in. He's not going to add any particular advantage to this. Okay, so Lilith's gone in to the same stories again. So this time I am going to make a trade. So on this first story I lose terror, but I win combat. This is one of Lilith's weaknesses, which I mentioned earlier, that you can force her sometimes into a trade which isn't favorable for her, and this is one way of doing it. So this card is gone, and I actually win the investigation now. So I get a marker here, and I go off, and then story 2, Lilith wins it for 2 and stands up. And then she'll pass a turn. Okay, I refresh, draw 2, resourcing. So if I put another one on this domain in the middle, I can play one of these guys. And I like the combat icons, I think, so I'm going to put another card over here. Operations. Play out Predatory Byakuya. And Patsy. Now note, for potential purpose, if everything's tied, we go in alphabetical order, so Clover Club Bouncer has a higher potential than Patsy. That's why I put it to the left here. Story phase. So Lilith has 240 and I have 122. So she's close to winning story number 2. I got 2 on there, so I can only win if she doesn't compete, but she's got 4 combat icons, so so do I actually, yeah. So I think, yeah, if I, well, now she can still compete on the terror, so it's very unlikely I can win any story on challenge. She's gonna come in with a mature deep one, so I think the problem is she's gonna win on terror, and then combat she's got 4, so I could only tie unless I kind of split my characters up and try to divide and conquer, as it were. Just throw some characters in. No, I think I'm not in a position to do that. So do I have some smart little ability? No, I don't. So passing back to Lilith. She refreshes. She draws. Well, let's see. Okay, no. Okay, another Villanous, but that can go in. Actually, now our Villanous card is gone, so any of these cards can come in. So looking at the cards, remember she's going to go on the maximum number of cards and then the potential. So she's not going to ramp up to 5 and play Dagon here, because if she goes 4 and 2, she can then play Kirby O'Donnell, and Undercover Security. So she's going to put those in. So what she does is she deploys based on the maximum number of characters, and when that's tied, she will go on potential, but she will not go on the maximum, the sum of the potential or anything like that. So she's gonna go to the stories. Now this guy eats terror and gives combat to heroes, of which I have 2, so she has to take all of that into account. So okay, story 2, can she win terror? No. Well, yeah, of course she can. So she can win terror with this card, mature deep 1, so she's gonna go there. And then the next story with the next number of highest success tokens for Lilith is story 2. Can she win terror? No. Can she win combat? So, well, actually, yeah, she can win. Sorry, she can win terror even over here with this guy, because he gains a terror icon. And I don't have any, so my apologies. Slight error there. So she wins terror there. The reason I put this guy first is he has a lower potential than this one. She'll always use the low potential characters first. When committing to the story, it's the minimum characters going on potential order. It's not the number of characters. The reason for that is basically to keep the algorithm manageable, so there are not too many computations to do. Story 1, can she win terror? No. Can she win combat? So she's got, yeah, again, when he's committed to a story, heroic character gains. Okay, sorry, I gotta read these cards properly, right? So he doesn't gain terror. So here we win terror. Okay, this is because I'm new to these cards, ladies and gentlemen. So story 3, can we win combat? Yeah, probably, because I have 4 on defense. She has here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so she can win combat by doing this, because he'll get two combats from him. So I have only 4. So yeah, after all that struggling, there we go. That's how it's gonna be. So for my side, again, I'm going to knock off this mature deep one here. So I need a sacrifice. That's going to be the bodyguard, the bouncer, and then I'm going to throw these guys in to win the combat. So looking at the struggles, story 2 first. That's where Lilith has the most interest. So she wins terror due to Shadowed Reef. So my bouncer goes insane, but I smash her on combat, so mature deep 1 dies. Then I win investigation for 1 point, and I stand up. So I'm going to stand up this player. Yeah. Okay. And then at the other story, she doesn't have arcane, so she wins investigation. She wins story 3, sorry. Okay, I did another thing wrong, because she's looking at the stories upside down. Story 1 where she is. It doesn't make any difference to anything else. So she wins investigation, wins the story, and she's unopposed, so she wins it. So let's put these guys away. This story is each player must choose a 1 story and shuffle it back. So I started developing the rules for all the triggers, and she will do this if the player has won 2 stories. So the player hasn't won any, so she is not going to fire this off. So in comes another story, nowhere to hide, and she'll pass the turn. So back to the player, refresh, draw. So she does 1, story 1, so my total gets reset. Okay. Let's see, I like this blind submission card. I also like performance artist and the torch singer. Okay, pretty good hand actually. So resource, we've got 4 here. He can come in, and then we play for 2, 1, 2. Yeah, I'm gonna lose the. Wow, we don't have Hastur everywhere. For now, I'm gonna sacrifice the bagman. Operation. Let's play Serpent from Yoth. And here. And the torch singer in here. So, okay, I might slow down a little here because they're new cards to me and I'm managing both sides, but it's very easy once you get used to the cards. Anyway, let's see how we do. Story phase. So, wow. Lilith is exhausted, so I want to win 2 stories here. Get back into this game. So it's story 3 I need to win investigation, story 2 I don't. So I guess I can go with this one here. And this one here. So Lilith's side, she doesn't have any events or tricks or anything. She lets it go. So story 2, I win. Since I have nothing in the discard pile, I'm not going to trigger. So Lilith's going to go up to 3 on her event resources next turn. Let's put the story count in there for both of us. So she stands, comes back. This story, again, I win 3 because it's unopposed with the investigation icon. So I win this story. Search the deck for card. I don't want to trigger because I think I'm doing okay at the moment. I don't want to give Lilith a chance to put some terrible card into play. So I've won 2 stories now. Okay, pass the turn. So Lilith refreshes, and this goes up to 3. Now, immediately, we got cards we can play. So Deep One Assault or Short Fuse. So Deep One Assault comes first in alphabetical order. So she's gonna play that for 3. Sorry, I don't want to deplete it that way. I'm gonna pull it down, and she's gonna knock off the highest potential character she can, cost 3, which is Jack Brass Bandy. But she knows he'll just pop himself back to hand. So actually, let's take that back. She's actually not going to do that because the only character she can target can save himself. So she's going to wait till she's got 4 now. But she can use Short Fuse now and give a character 7 wounds. So yeah, she's going to take that opportunity. She's going to take out the very biggest character, which is this one, Predatory Byaki. So there we go. Again, confusion stemming from my lack of familiarity with the cards, but as you can see, he's still playing the game, with two full decks of unknown cards. It's not going very badly. So, draw phase. Okay. So, just rearranging them. So she has 4-2-1. She can go 3 cards, 5-2-1, by going here. So that was nice and easy to compute. Let's check. Heroic. Okay, Villanous. So we got a complication. This card is, well, he's gonna come in and knock these 2 off. Actually, it's the way it works. So yeah, she wants to play the biggest one. He comes in. These 2 go off because they have lower potential. Now she's going to play the Clerk, and then she's going to play the Dabbler. So just be aware, this is the way I chose Lilith to work with the Heroic and Villainous. It's always possible you can invent ever more complex algorithms. I would recommend that you first get used to the way she's written now, and over time, if you want to make her more and more sophisticated, you can do so. But you got to be careful that whatever you do doesn't create too much analysis requirement on yourself, otherwise it will get a bit out of hand. So for now, I stuck with the rule, has its ups and downs, the same as before with the trading on terror and combat. She traded a high potential creature of her own with one of mine. You could modify it to say she'll only do that if she gets an even trade. Again, it's up to you. The rule set is meant to be flexible. It can be tailored to make it as easy, hard, simple, or complex as you like. So this is just the starting point of all this. So Dagon, invulnerable. Okay, so he's always going to use the disrupt to cancel wounds or destruction if it's possible. Investigator is just a vanilla card, and cultist sacrificed to put his success on a story with no success. She's never going to do that. If it were to win a story, yeah, I would think about it. So, story phase, again, looks like a lot of math, but it's very easy for Lilith. That's the thing. So, story 2, can we win terror? Yeah, we can. Now we go to players, got nothing. So we go to story 1. Can we win terror? No. Can we win combat? No. So we're not going there. So we can't do anything at the other story. So we're going to go back to story 2. 1 terror. Can we win combat? Answer is still no. Can we win investigate? Sorry, can we win the story? So our opponent has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 skill. Yeah, we have more. We can get more than 7. So we'll pile in there. We got to get 8. Well, not 8. We got to get. He's got 2, 4, 6, 7. And if he sacrifices the minimum character terror, he has 6. So we need another 2 here. So we'll use the minimum characters to get it. Can we win investigation? Yes, we can win investigation with this one. So she goes all in. So looking at that, okay, we have a discarded character to put in play. She does as well, but they're going to get immediately removed due to the Villanous heroic dynamic. So I think we're going to let this one go. So Lilith, she wins terror, she wins combat, she wins arcane, up goes Dagon, she wins investigation. Okay, that's enough. She didn't need all that. So she's not going to play this because she doesn't have any value. She would play it if she had, well, let's see. Yeah, she's got 2 characters who can come in with a potential that's pretty high. And I have 1, so yeah, she's gonna operate this. So let's move the characters out first. Increase the story total. She's gonna trigger this. Characters come into play insane. So let's bring them in. And this one. So yeah. Put him down here. And I'm gonna get my 1 character over here. So we're going to get another story in here. So now we've won 2 stories each. Lilith passes a turn. So we're getting down to the important part of the game here. So let's see what happens. So I have no success tokens and neither does she. By the way, last turn we fired off short fuse for 3, so that's exhausted, yeah. Okay, resources. So I think I want a big push here to make sure I don't lose before I can respond. So we've got the Syndicate liaison. Dutch courage, very useful. And we can take, okay. Yeah, so actually we're going to put the performance artist under domain. Then we're going to bring out Syndicate liaison. We're going to bring out Dutch Courage. We're going to keep blind submission. Oh, Dutch Courage, let's say we played it out here. So blind submission is ready. Okay. Story phase. So let's just tidy up Lilith's side a little bit. So she's got one character who's going to win on terror, and he's pretty strong on story, and he's invulnerable. So I think what I'd like to do is spread out here and take points on a lot of stories to kind of try and overwhelm Lilith with the number of characters. So let's... yeah, I'm actually going to play this oh, okay, let's sort out the drains. So, ooh, I didn't want to do that. So let's say we play out blind submission. Oh, no. We can't take control of this Dagon. He's too much skill. Alright, so I'm going to make a aggressive move here. I don't know how it's going to turn out, but let's see. So she's only going to be able to defend at one place, so we're just going to try and get in there. And let's put the chumps in there first. And I'd like to save the Patsy, because later on after Lilith's turn I can use him to get rid of some of her tokens just in case. And she's gonna win on willpower, so no point in knocking anyone else in there. We want to try and win the story here with 5, so maybe we just leave it like that and take a hit and then take 2 points on one of the stories. Next turn we'll try and finish it. Yeah, let's go with that. Like I said, I'm no expert. So Lilith is gonna go, okay, no points anywhere. Story 1. Yeah, I can win. Terror. So she drives him insane. And she stands up as well with the arcane, and off she goes. And then I get my 3 points. Story 2, 2 points. Story 3, 2 points and a stand. So just trying to keep these guys in order. Yeah, that's the end of it for me. Lilith comes in rather. So Keeper of the Golden Path has a higher terror, so that one will restore. So just tidying up a little here. Draw phase. Military advisor, okay. And G-Man, but there's a big villain in here. A G-Man will displace him nonetheless, so. Okay, so she can basically play 2 cards. Well, no, this is an event. It's going over there. She's up to 4 resources now for events because I won 2 stories. And deep 1, destroy a character. So yeah, she's gonna use this for 3, and she's gonna destroy this expensive character over here. Yeah, so off it goes. Now one left, okay. So now let's come to the resourcing. So can she play all 3 characters? No. Can she play 2 characters? No. She can play 1 character who is higher potential than Dagon. So she's gonna do it. So she goes up to 6. She plays it and she discards Dagon. Now bear in mind on this Heroic Villainous thing, this is kind of my fault because I chose this deck, not familiar with the cards. So in general, it's not good for even the player to have these type of situations. So probably shouldn't mix them together. But even with this advantage, we're still on 2 stories each. So she's not doing bad at all, our Lilith. So okay, characters in play. Now this military advisor, where is he? Oh, he's not in play. Alright, he's a bit complicated. So, okay, nice and simple, Lilith. She has no success tokens, but the player has them on 2 and 3. So she's going to go to 2 and then 3, because 2 is closer to deep end. So, can she win terror? No. Can she lose terror and win combat? Well, 1, 2, 3. I have 4 combat icons. This one has 5. So she can lose terror and win combat here. That's the way she will do it. Now, next story of preference is number 3. She can't win anything. So she'll come back to this one and say, can I win the story? Here I have oh, by the way, I don't need this card because he has willpower, so he won't die to terror anyway. And Lilith will account for that on her turn too. So basically, okay, we don't lose terror. We don't lose a character with sanity. We win combat. Can we win this investigation? So I have 1 investigation. Lilith has 1. She can't win that. Can she win story? So she's got, the player has 5, 8, 10, 10 after losing 1 to combat. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So yeah, she'll have to go all in to win the story, and she will do so. So I'm just gonna let her do that. So she wins the story, wins investigation, and wins the unopposed, but there's no stand. So she's completely exhausted, out. She'll end the turn. Now it's my turn. Okay, so I think you can see that the game is over because I have 2 story tokens on stories 2 and 3, and she has nothing left to defend with. So it's a good game. 3 stories to 2. What you can see from this game is that Lilith is fairly aggressive, and she will commit quite a lot of things into the stories. Again, if you wanted to tweak the algorithm, you could, for instance, make her prioritize just terror and combat so she doesn't throw in extra to win the story. But then the downside of that will be characters' investigation icons may never get to be deployed, so it requires some extra thought around that. I think the main reason I won this game was not that, though. It was because of the Heroic and the Villainous dynamic, which meant that effectively she ended up a few characters behind. If she didn't lose the tempo on those characters, I think she wouldn't have had to commit her whole board every turn. and she would have had some people left to defend, and it would have been much harder for me. But even with that drawback, she managed to just lose 3-2. And as you can see, when you play Lilith, it forces you to think a lot. You have to think about the interactions and the effects, and you have to try and take whatever advantage you can get around this kind of reasonably smart and predictable algorithm. So, thanks for watching. I hope that you've got another good understanding of how Lilith works, and I really hope you try her out and let me know what you think. So, thanks a lot. Goodbye for now.